Mark Hughes is the gentleman's name. He's from FunkySocialMedia.com. If you've been thinking to yourself, look, how am I going to integrate my Facebook into my business? How am I going to make Facebook work for my business? And you've been thinking to yourself, well, do you know what? I don't really know how to go about it. I don't know where to start. Is Facebook the right thing actually to be using to be promoting my business? I think categorically the answer is going to be yes. It's just one of those tools that's out there that you should be using when it comes to social media to promote your business and to make certain that you are successful.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the ones that I see quite often is where people start promoting their business off their personal Facebook page. Now, obviously, there is a distinction. You have a personal Facebook page, and then you have the ability to have what they call a business fan page. So the distinction is very vast in what you can do in terms of marketing off your personal page. Yes, you might have friends, yes, you might have a friend-driven kind of business, but at the end of the day, you don't have what they call app pages. You don't have the ability to drive traffic to a particular app page. So say for instance, that's a lead generation page where you can grab a name and email and get people onto your potential prospects onto your database. You can't do that off a personal page. So it's how you position yourself and your branding and everything else it's a lot more synonymous to the business fan page. You know, so it's really a case of using the social media platforms to your best advantages. And that is to start building a list, is to start getting those names and emails. And this is where a lot of small business owners, they don't place a lot of value on the list and building that list and keep building. In other words, generating and creating a funnel. So it's setting your objectives, it's knowing who your target audience is, it's knowing at what level of sophistication that market is at, and building a funnel that is adaptable and relevant to who you target. So you're nurturing and you're using social media to nurture, build that know, like, trust factor, like we keep hearing at networking events, which is 100% true. And to keep pushing them from, through the love factor and the nurturing factor, keep pushing them each step away down your funnel, depending on how deep or how narrow or how short that funnel is. You need to have at least a funnel. So I'm a firm pundit. I keep banging on about it to all my clients. Make sure you start building your database, because if, for instance, you do go out of business, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily out of business forever, because if you've got that database, you can pretty much start again tomorrow. There's a lot of, my personal feeling is I would take them to a squeeze page every time. I'm all about building that database. Mm-hmm. However, in some circumstances, I would also take them to a survey form, which is quite important, because when you're making your funnel hyper-targeted and hyper-relevant, you kind of want to eliminate the people that are just taking a look. I think Infusionsoft has its definite advantages, but it is a massive learning curve. Mm-hmm. And for an average small business owner, it's very expensive. Okay, so I'm Mark Hughes from FunkySocialMedia.com, social media consultant, and essentially I help small and medium business owners like yourself generate more leads and eventually sales through the use of your social media platforms. And tonight we've obviously spoken about Facebook in particular. Very importantly, don't think social media is the be-all and end-all. It needs to be incorporated into your overall marketing strategy. It needs to be used intelligently. It needs to be done correctly, setting the foundations correctly first. Start building that lead list, that database first and foremost, because it's really important. It's the thing that will get you to get more of a back end. In other words, if everything else falls short, you've still got your list, you can pick up your business later. And most of all, don't feel intimidated. Give it a go. I urge you to give it a go. It might be frustrating at times, it might be time consuming, but if you stick to it, there are rewards as well.